All right, so I want to go over clips and track mutes on the MPC 3.0. I'm using the XL right now, but this is, you could do this and follow along if you're using the MPC 1 or keys, any MPC that you have. As long as you have 3.0 installed, you will have whatever I'm doing right here. Clips and track mutes have been something new to me, and I'm still adapting to utilizing clips when I'm putting beats together. I've always said this, that clips, the way I look at them is just ideas, different ideas that I get to explore. Some of those ideas I might use, some of them I might not use. So it's pretty fun to be able to explore freely. Some of those ideas are probably just not going to make it to the cut. Look, right here, I have a sequence number 1. I only have 2 bars right here. I got some drums laid out right here. Again, it's just 2 bars. When I start any track, I start very small. I don't try to overwhelm myself. I don't put 8 bars. I mean, you could do that, but I just don't even know if I'm going to connect with the sample that I'm going to bring in. I don't want to overwhelm myself by feeling like I need to come up with a 4-bar or 8-bar sequence with sample chops. I start with 2 bars, and I've been sampling for a very long time, and still, till this day, a lot of the times when I have all my chops right here on my pads, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know if certain blends are going to work. I'm figuring things out. So look, I'll tell you this. Right here, we have track number 1, a sequence at 80 beats per minute. The drums that I have at the moment, they are sequence. If I go into the clip matrix, you'll see that I don't have anything. At this very top row, this is my arranger. The arranger, to me, now I look at it as like my final song, or everything put together once I have my sample, drums, and bass. Once I have that locked in, if I want to start expanding it and putting an introduction, a bridge, a verse, and all that stuff, I'll do that within the arranger. Clips, which the clips are going to be down here. Up here, it says arranger. Down here will be clip section 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so on. This clip right here, I can rename it. Whatever, I'll name it clip 1. Hit close. So I have clip 1, 2, 3, and 4. Clips, look at them as just ideas. They're different variations of, let's say my drums are in track 1, my bass is track 2, my lead is in track 3. And each clip that I bring in here or I add is just an empty slot where I can probably do the drums and add open hat or add an extra ghost kick or something like that. And it might work. I might use it every now and then. I might not. Again, they're just ideas to stack on top of each other. Once we want to put all these ideas together, we'll put those ideas together and record those ideas onto the arranger, which is going to be up here. I know it probably sounds a bit confusing, but I think it's going to make more sense as I start building this beat, and you'll see how I'm moving pieces around. So hopefully you guys lock in with me, and let's have a good time. Let's have fun. And then at the very end, I'll show you how I'm using the track mutes to record certain drops and breaks to have some type of variation within my track. So let's get right into it. Let's have fun. And also, do not forget, if you want to pick up an MPC, you want to purchase any audio gear, use some of my links to zounds.com. You could pick up an MPC today, get it shipped over to you, and you could just work out payment plans with Zounds. They do not check your background, credit check, or anything like that. They will just set up a payment plan with you, and you guys can pick up an MPC. So I'll tell you what, right here on track number 1, after track number 1, I want to create a brand new drum track. And this brand new drum track, I'm going to name this sample. This is where I'm going to bring in my sample and start building clips with these sample chops right here. All right, so we have a few chops that I brought in. I think I have bank A and bank B filled up with a few sample chops. I'm gonna go back to bank A, and my very first sample chop that I create, you'll see that I have some empty space in the beginning because I just cannot nail the down beats when the song starts on the downbeat. So I just select the pad and start sampling, and then right now, once I have this chopped up, I can just go to my track edit, go to samples tab, and right here I can adjust the start time. All right. So look, I'm gonna hit play on the drums. I'm not sure what I'm going to commit to. This is where I want to explain clips right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I don't know how or if this sample is going to work. If you notice right here, if you go to your main page, being on the main page right here, you see right now I'm on track number 4, which is my sample track. And right next to the sample track name, you're gonna see where you're currently going to record. If I hit record, I'm going to record to my arrangement. Now remember, the arrangement to me is like my masterpiece, my finalized track. I don't want to record just yet to my arrangement. I want to record onto clips at first because clips, again, they're just ideas that I want to build. Once I have these ideas and I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to connect myself with what's working, what's not working, then I can grab those clips and throw them onto the arrangement. So right now, how do I create a brand new clip? Well, if you're on the main page, if you hold down shift, you see clip plus or minus. I'm gonna hit plus, and now I created an empty clip. This is unused. I haven't recorded anything to this clip. Currently, this clip right here, the default length bar is 4 bars. I'm going to go from 4 bars down to 2 bars. Again, I want just short clips, small ideas. If I then decide I want to go from 2 bars to 4 bars and add some variations, then I can expand that clip later on. I don't have to commit to whatever length from the beginning. I could extend it if I choose to later. And by the way, each track or each clip could be different lengths. It could be 4 bars, the drums could be 1 bar, the bass can be 16 bars. You could do different bar lengths on different clips. It's fine. You don't have to have a set length for all of your clips. I want to hit play on the drums and start to connect with the sample. All right. That already works. I like how that sounds. I want to commit to that. I'm going to record that onto this clip. Yeah, that sounds good. I like this. All right, look. From the beginning, I already know the strings are a little too harsh. The high frequencies are a bit irritating. Right away, if I can hear that, I'm gonna add a plugin, an EQ, and just shave off those high frequencies. I'm gonna go to track effects, and on the first slot, I'm gonna go to EQ, and let's go to this visual EQ. This is really good EQ right here. Very sensitive. Any minor movement or adjustments you make, you're gonna hear the changes pretty soon. Let's go to slot 2. And since this is strings, I know this sample is gonna sound good with some sidechain compression. Let's go to dynamics, and I'm gonna add a mother ducker. All right, look, it's just 2 bars. I'm already connecting with it. I'm starting to feel the high that I'm getting with this. And this is awesome, man. Like when I feel this connection with any sample, to me, this is like dopamine. And this is why I enjoy what I do, because it feels so good. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know down in the comments if you share the same feeling. But when you bring in a sample, you have drums, and it starts to connect, you will feel that connection. There's not a right or wrong way on how you could sequence or program these chops together. What's going to tell you you're doing it right is just you're gonna have that excitement. You're gonna have that feeling of, man, I'm connecting with this the way it feels right to me. Again, don't forget, this is just 2 bars. I'm not trying to show off and do 8 bars, and I mean, you could do that, but I'm just taking this step by step, piece by piece. And later on, if we need to expand anything, we will go ahead and do that. Now that I have that, I want to add some bass to this. Now, I have the MPC keys right behind me. The MPC keys, I'm going to connect this to the XL just so I can use the keyboard. You don't need the MPC keys to do what I'm doing right now. You can just have a small little 25 keyboard MIDI controller and hook that up to your MPC. That will be much cheaper. I just have the keys right here, the MPC, and this is what I'm going to use. The way I'm hooking this up, I just have a USB cable and this USB connection coming out of the keys, and I'm going to plug it into the input of the USB right here. Once I have that plugged in, I'm going to create a MIDI track on the keys, and where it gives you the option of the MIDI port, I'm going to set it to MIDI port 1. And also right here on this plugin instrument, on MIDI channel, I also have this set to MIDI channel 1. So if I hit the keys right here, I should be able to hear the bass. So we have something right here. Again, I'm going to record this performance onto an empty clip. As you see right here, we see clip 1 is unused. So if I hit record, it's going to record this performance onto this empty clip. I'm not recording to the arrangement. I'm recording this onto a clip. Let's go to this clip. I'm gonna keep it going, and let's go to track number 3, which is a lead. Yeah, let's make this 2 bars. Let's go to output, and on my master output, I'm gonna go to track effects. This is my favorite plugin right now, is the Low Fly Dirt by MSX Audio. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. We have, I think it's 3 or 4 tracks. We have our drums, our sample, bass, and a lead. There's 4 tracks. Everything is being recorded onto clips right here. These are clips down here. There's nothing in our arranger just yet. Our arranger is just 2 bars. There's nothing that we have laid out right there. Everything is being recorded onto clips. The reason why this is very important for me, and why I'm just switching over to clips and recording onto clips, is because, for example, let's say this sounds great, awesome, but let's say I want to add some changes. I want to keep digging through that record and bring in some different sample chops so I could switch out the pattern of those sample chops and just throw something different. What I can do, if I go to my sample track, I can create a brand new clip. This is an empty clip. I'm going to keep digging through the record and record different pieces to an empty bank slot. All right. So let's go to track edit. I got to perfect some of these chops. All right, so I like this variation right here. I want to add that to another empty clip, which I have sample clip 2. Again, if we go to our clip matrix, we'll see our sample track right here. We have the clip 1, which was what we recorded initially, with the strings, there's bass on that, and on track, or on clip number 2, there's nothing on clip number 2. I'm gonna record this variation onto clip 2. Go to my main page, I'm on my sample track, make sure I'm on clip 2. Ooh, okay. And now I have 2 clips, 2 different variations with the sample chops. I can go from clip 2 to clip 1. Back to clip 1. The sky's the limit. You guys don't have to commit to one variation. You can have different clips. I can add clip 3, 4, 5, 6, and each clip could have some drastic changes if I want to use some of those changes every now and then and toss those onto the arranger. Now, how do we get some of these clips and finalize them by putting them in onto the arrangement? Well, if I hold down record, I press and hold it for like a second or two, you're going to see record to arrangement. If I select that and then I hit play, any clip that I play in whatever order that I want to is going to record all of that performance onto the arrangement. However it is that I start. Let's say I want to start with the intro. And every now and then I go back to sample chop 2. Now, before I do this, one thing to do before you start doing this is go to your arranger. Once you're on your arranger page, notice how it just has 2 bars. It's not enough for me to play with. Remember, we started just with 2 bars. I want to expand this. How long do you want this to be? I don't know. Let's go from 2 bars. I'm going to add, for right now, we'll add 30 bars for all I care. We can expand it or we can shorten it later on. Right now, I just want to record those clips to the arranger. Now, before I do that, I'm going to go back to my clip page. And what I can do is on the drums, I can copy this clip right here. I'm going to hit copy. This is my whole hi-hat, kick, snare, open hat. I want to paste that down here. Hit paste. So now we have a duplicate of those drums. What I can do, I can press and hold. I go into edit clip. And let's say for this clip right here with the drums, I want to take away the kick, hit cut. Let's take away the snare, cut. So we can just hear the hi-hat. Let's make sure we have that. Yeah, there you go. This is like my intro drum clip. I could even rename this if I want to. If I go to settings, I can name this intro drums. Hit do it, close. So this is my intro drums, and this would be my verse with the whole kick, snare, and hi-hat. So I want to record this now onto the arranger. I'm going to hold down record, and I'm going to hit to arrangement. And now, whenever I hit play, or whichever clip row I start with, that's going to record in real time onto the arrangement. All right, so I got a short song right there that I tracked onto the arrangement. If I now go to the arranger page, let's zoom out and check that out. We have everything we just performed now right here on the arrangement, which it's like I mentioned in the beginning, this is my full entire song. Now, notice as I was recording this, I did perform some track mutes. Unfortunately, that did not record. So as you saw me bypassing some of the tracks and doing some drops, I just mute the drums for a quick second, bring them back in. That was not recorded. I wish it did record in real time, but unfortunately, it didn't allow me to do that. But we can still record those track mutes. And the way I like to do this is once I have everything laid out on the arrangement, I could then focus on making some of those drops with track mutes by automating those mutes. How do you automate and ride some of these performances? Well, right here on the XL, you have read. Read is just playing back your performance that you have on your sequence. If you want to record some automation, again, we want to record some of those track mutes so we can have some drops every now and then. I go from read to write. Just be careful. If you're on write, whatever changes, anything you press is going to record. So you don't want to forget whenever you're on write, because then if you forget, you're making some adjustments, you're pressing buttons, and all that is being recorded in real time. So be very careful. I'm going to leave that on write and perform some of these track mutes right here. So my lead, I want to drop that after 2 bars. Right here we hear the lead. I want to eliminate that after 2 bars. It's just playing, and I'm going to do some mutes on the drums right before it drops in. Yeah. And every now and then I'll mute the drums. Ooh. Yeah. All right, so I got some drops that I added here and there. Again, I'm on write. I want to get off of that. Now I want to go back to read. So if I hit play and I play back this track, we're going to hear those automation performances in real time. It was recorded in real time as I was dropping, muting, unmuting, everything. Now, same thing with an outro. Let's say you want to finish the song with a fade out. I'm not sure if we can do this. I'm going to try this right now with you guys. We'll go to the output, our main output, 1 and 2, which right here, we're selected on 1 and 2. And I'm going to just gently bring the fader, the master fader down. And let's see if that actually records. Let's go ahead and hear this. All right, let's see if that was recorded. All right, so it actually worked. So on your master output, or if you want to just kind of fade out a song, you just have to go from read to write, and on your master outputs 1 and 2, just gently bring down the fader, and you have your fade out right there. All right, look, I know there's a lot that I went over right now, and you might have understood everything, or there's probably some stuff that's like, oh man, it's still a bit confusing. I get it. I understand. The MPC, there's so much going on within the MPC. If you're new to all of this, don't feel overwhelmed. If you saw what I just did and you're just like, dude, I'm so lost. I didn't understand everything. I know I kind of moved a bit fast. It's a bit hard to explain everything on detail within a short YouTube video. But if you're a bit more advanced, I'm sure you probably understood most of my workflow process. If you're still stuck, I do have a course. I go over all this in detail. It is a few hours long. At the moment, if you do have the XL or the MPC Live 3, you could purchase the course. You could go through some of those details, but just wait. I am doing a course on the XL and on the Live 3 as we speak, so that should be available within a month or so. I'm not sure when I'll be dropping it. I'll let you guys know. But if you do have any of the older MPCs and you are on the version 3.0, you need some help with some of this stuff, I do go over all that stuff within the course. You don't need to purchase my course. You could watch YouTube videos. I feel like there's so much information, especially within the MPC community. There's awesome videos. You can watch some of my videos, some other content creator videos. There's a lot of support with the MPC community. So that's actually pretty cool. Just coming into the MPC, there's a lot of videos. Look, with the SB1200, there's not many videos. So it's a little tough to understand and to learn different machines if there's not a lot of content with those machines out on YouTube. Luckily, the SB1200 is honestly the easiest sampler I've ever used. It's just sample, truncate, and sequence, and that's pretty much it. There's a few extra bells and whistles, but it's pretty much straight to the point. With the MPC, there's so much going on in this box. I don't understand everything on the MPC. There's still a lot of things that go over my head. I'm like, I don't get this. But the things that I focus on, the things that I need to do to execute building a track, those are the things that I perfect. Those are the things that I invest my time in. I'm not trying to learn much of MIDI connect. Like I don't really use MIDI connections and bring in different instruments. So I'm not too familiar when it comes down to that side of the MPC because I don't use that as much. If you're new to this, again, don't overwhelm yourself. Take it step by step. My biggest advice or recommendation is learn how to sample onto your MPC and learn how to load samples onto your pads. If you can do those two things, you're able to put together sounds and start building tracks like that. Use that as practice. The first few beats, for me, on any sampler, they're horrible. They don't sound good. I don't want to show them off to anybody, but it's just my way of muscle memory, is my way of learning, is my way of just exploring and getting familiar with my instrument. At the end of the day, the MPC is an instrument. And with any other instrument, whether you're learning keyboard or guitar, bass, it takes time to build that muscle memory where then you get to the point where you just start building tracks almost like second nature to you. That's when it becomes very fun, but that takes some time. Guys, look, I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you guys for being here. I value your time and I do my best to try to give back in any way I can. I'm not saying the way I make beats is perfect and it's the way you need to make beats. Not at all. Everybody builds their own workflow throughout time. And if you're new to this, just copy what I do. Once you perfect what I'm doing, start building your own ways, your own workflow, your own method on how you build beats, whatever makes sense to you. But till then, guys, look, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.